Let's get started. Phoenix all the way. I've only played the first three, but it's three-way tie between Gumshoe, Edgeworth, and Godo. Yeah, I think Godo's a big fan favorite from the first original trilogy. I very rarely run into people who do not like Godo. Alright, select adventure. So, yeah, damn. So the first game was released in 2015, and the second one was released in 2017. I didn't even hear about the second one. So the second one's called Resolve, and the first one's called Adventures. Guess we'll start a new game then?
The Empire of Japan. After opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation. The revolution washed over the land, making life in the capital exciting and unsettling. It was a period of great change, and some was swept away by the tide.
Those are some Ace Attorney-ass characters.
But for one man, the turbulence of that era was just the beginning of an extraordinary story.
What? What? Whoa, okay. Main character man already murdered someone. I think that was French, but I couldn't read it in time. Look at all those old masters up on the wall here. I suppose the nice part about this is that because I'm on PC, I can point my mouse around places and you all can see where I'm pointing and what I'm pointing at. So, yeah, pretty neat. 22nd November, 8:43. Okay, hold on. Something just occurred to me. Oh, hey Souls SQ. Enjoy the bits. Good to see you. Thanks so much. Hold on. I should actually probably get my glasses. They're right behind me. Whoa. So my model freaks out. You know, I don't know why I didn't think about wearing my glasses in a game where all I literally have to do is read, but I'm not that intelligent sometimes. Beat these games a long time ago. Awesome. By the way, this should be evident, but like no spoilers. Unless I get like extraordinarily stuck and ask for help. Really? Yeah. Obviousness. Got it. I hope you enjoy this game and music. I always love Ace Attorney music. It has never let me down with a soundtrack in my life. Every Ace Attorney game I've ever played has an amazing soundtrack. I'm just cleaning my glasses right now. That's why I'm not reading this. It didn't occur to me because I haven't been wearing glasses for very long. So. But I went to look at the screen and I was like, oh, wait a second. Shit, I see double of everything. Okay, that should be good. Okay. 22nd November, 8:43 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature? Judicature. We're gonna go with that. Defendant's Antechamber 5. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. How can it be that just beyond the doors to this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate? Whoa, it's in 3D! Whoa. Oh, thank you so much for the 2 gift subs, Suffland. Hope you all enjoy your, gifted subs. What? Oh, no, nothing. Wait, who was that talking? Was that me or... Oh, that was me. It's just Bailiff Man. Man, this game looks so cool in 3D. I love the way they work with, like, all the shadows and such. I see it in the background already. Really neat. Save your glares, murderer. Jeez! This is how you should treat me? This is a court, you know, the whole deal about, not guilty until proven guilty? You're not being very nice right now. Sorry. Ryunosuke. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a second-year student at the Imperial Yume University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now here I am, awaiting my trial. That's enough! Whoa, who is this guy? Who is this fighting game character that just appeared on my screen? He has the freaking court symbol badge on his armband. He is here to save the day. He also has a katana. She's not obligated to listen to such abuse, officer. And who are you? I don't know who this man is. I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Lawyer? The hell's a lawyer? We're just gonna take him in the courtroom and shoot at him a couple times. Till he fell over dead. Isn't that how this works? Yes, and until the judge has given his verdict on the case. No one has the right to treat him as a criminal. And so you will hold your tongue or I will cut you. I'm physically threatening you with violence as a lawyer because I guess that's within my legal rights. Technicalities. Look at you. You haven't even been graduated yet. And yet, I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave. Right, Ryunosuke. Oh, yes, of course! Sorry! I didn't realize the text was still going. What are you apologizing to me for? Oh, No, I suppose that wasn't my fault. But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. Ha ha ha! There you go again, apologizing. Just like always. Who is this man? Though I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by students. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? Of course not! You have to believe me! I didn't do it! I could never murder someone. Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up, hold your head high. You mean... I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke. Kazuma Sogi, my best friend, also in his second year at Yume University. He's far more clever than I, a student in fact. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive, considering he's still an undergraduate. It's not that Wait, hold on, whoa! Did he just read my mind? I was monologuing and this dude just reached into my skull and went, hold up, that's incorrect. Stream froze? Did the stream actually freeze or just one person? Okay, there's just one person. Refresh your page if it freezes. I can usually tell because Twitch will scream at me. The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old here in Japan anyway. My qualifications don't mean much yet. You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly. 3 days ago. Yes, that's when all this started. What is all this? Rinosuke's sitting there. His face, he's like, and then I told them, you're telling me a shrimp fried this rice? Rinosuke, that's not funny. He's just like, shut the fuck up, I'll cut you. Congratulations, Kazuma. It looks like you're gonna get to study abroad at last. I know. I've been dreaming forever. Oh, wait, what? No. I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and successes in this court. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I'm really happy for you. And proud, as your friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his temple. I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean. To see the real thing with my own eyes. I love how his headband's floating even in flashbacks, yeah. There's wind inside. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. Then come with me. We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together. I fully intend to go over the speed limit, but only slightly, so they can't arrest me, but they will be upset. If only it were that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. What did it say outside? Olive Garden? I've never heard of such a thing. What an amazing place. It must be a 5-star restaurant. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. Wink wink. I think he's coming on to me, but I don't mind. It was straight after that. Then that's when it happened. Asogi, may I have a word? Who's speaking? Oh! Yeah, that's a pretty Japanese outfit. This dude reminds me of, like, a Japanese version of the dude from, the dude from Spider-Man. The old guy who wants pictures of Spider-Man. Sullivan? Is that his name? I don't remember. I'm not into superhero stuff too much. Professor, I didn't know you were coming. Well, this case is a bit of personal significance to me. But never mind that for now. Asogi. You should go immediately to the judge's chambers. To His Excellency's chambers? Why? He was looking for you before. James Jonah Jameson. Oh my god. No, John's J. Jonah Jameson. Oh my lord. That character. I don't know, I thought his name was Solomon. You advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision. It seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Who is this man? I feel as though I've seen him at a university before. I see. I'll go at once then. I shall accompany you. She seems very, somber. Alright then, Ryunosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes, thanks, Kazuma. This is awkward. This is awkward. Oh no, he's staring into my soul. If I may. Yeah, sorry. You must be the defendant. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe. Yes, that's right. My name is Yujin Mikotoba, or Mikotoba. I am a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University. University. I don't know what that was. Ah, Professor Mikotoba. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Asogi had told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. I love how best friends is, like, highlighted. It's the most important detail. Not just regular friends, but the best of kind. As such, I feel you should know. Know what? Well, as you've no doubt heard, Asogi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that permission will be revoked and never granted again. What? As I suspected, you were unaware of this. Wait, seriously? He's gonna do one case over here in Britain, and they're like, okay, so if this man does not come out innocent, we are banning you from here forever. It's like... What? I had a feeling Asogi may have chosen not to tell you. He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered? But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? The administration has to choose from a large number of applicants for overseas study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances. I don't believe it. But I didn't do it! I swear it! I'm not a murderer. I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless, I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Sorry, what do you mean? Soon you'll understand, once proceedings get underway. Once we get into our underwear and step into the courtroom, then we will fight to the death with our bare hands. This is how we do things over here in Britain. Oh, we're not in Britain yet? Okay, sorry, I misunderstood that. I mean, the way that sounded. Okay, I guess. I assume because he's talking about the trip, that's where we were, and Britain just looked oddly Japanese for some reason. But, what should I do? Well... Naturally, I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Right, so... As soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do. What? I do? What will the question be? Surely not. Do you accept the accusations brought before you? Of course not. Defendant! Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. It would seem our serendipitous discussions are to be cut short. So allow me to summarize. Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. What? Of course, as the defendants, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving. There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway. Jesus! Calm down, man. The question is, will you marry me? This is it. If this trial goes badly. They're just gonna go out there and Kazuma's wearing like a wedding dress. And he's gonna be like, it's time! And he's like, wait, I thought this was for a murder. Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over, and what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. What does the courtroom look like? My one and only chance of proving my innocence. The trial that would decide my destiny. Destiny? Why is that word so difficult for me to say? 22nd November, 9 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature Courtroom, too. Can I just, like, make this shorter so I don't have to read it? It's the Skojka. Skojka. There we go. Done. They bridged it. Oh my god, his eyes! His eyes! What are with his eyes? He he looks like he's seeing into a different dimension and like he's tripping out on like 7 different drugs. Why does he look like that? You know, whatever. Whatever. Also, that indoor wind kicking in again. That headband flowing. So this is a courtroom. The Supreme Court of Judicature. Oh god, I hate that word. No court in the land has more power. I don't much like the look of those people sitting in the public gallery. They all have the same exact outfit, and they all look like they're ready to kill me on sight. Lots of military and other uniforms in here. The powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial. A secret trial? A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. What? But why? It'll become clear in time, but for now... Oh no, the guy that we're being accused of shooting is some big shot, isn't he? You need to concentrate, Ryunosuke. It's about to begin. What does the judge look like in here? Oh my god! Are you serious? Are you serious? Even all the way back in feudal era Japan, you still exist, you asshole! Oh my god, his ancestors were even pieces of shit. I'm not talking about the judge, by the way. The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Oh my god. I can't believe this guy's... Even here, I can't rid of him. He's wearing, like, modern glasses, too. The persecution is ready, Your Excellency. As is the defense. Before we begin, there is one point of order I would like to confer. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedure is for the defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I am obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? This is it. This must be the question. Who's going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. But then if I say I do... I need to answer quickly. What should I do? I do! Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I'm standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear who will advocate. Me! I'll do it! What is the meaning of this unruly outburst? I would like to inform the court that Ryunosuke Naruhodo, will be defending myself. You will be... What? What are you playing at, Ryunosuke? I'm literally trying to save you. What is this bullshit you're pulling right now? Professor Mikotoba told me everything, just now, before the trial. He did what? He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to... Oh, okay, I get it now. He can't leave to go study abroad if this happens. Got it. How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you off? Okay, buddy. That's not what we're talking about. That's bedroom talk. Oh, God. No, it's not that, really. It's just that... Well, on the off chance things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you... Yes. I knew that's how you'd feel, which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor Mikotoba shouldn't have stuck his nose in. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial.
Well, well. Does the accused admit defeat already, renouncing his own counsel? Really?
Objection!
Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent, he's confident that he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? Huh? Oh, yeah, I got this. Hey, exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. Oh man, he even has that Phoenix Wright face, though. The signature Phoenix Wright Apollo Justice I'm in over my head look. In fact, my mind's a complete blank. I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered.
Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court. You must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed. Look at my fan. I bought it at the gift shop.
As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of Judicature of Japan. Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo? Yes, Your Excellency! It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken. My competence? What does that mean? He's questioning your ability to do the job. Well, he can't be questioning it more than I am. So let's start with the very simplest of questions. Oh, yes. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Well, that's easy enough. I've heard his name more times than I'd care to remember. But, wait. I'm so nervous I can't even remember that. What was it again? Rinosuke, you said you got this. You literally took me off my job. Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank? You know me so well. All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record. But I can't even find that! It's simple. You can access the court record with a press of E. Kazuma, what the hell are you talking about? Just press E, forehead. It's easy, just press E. If you've ever found you've forgotten something, just press E. It's all in there, on the E key, on your keyboard. I just have to press E for the court record. Alright, there's no time to lose. E. Now this is the list of evidence you've collected. Now try switching to people instead with E. You'll find details about the victim in here. When you're done, just press Z to go back. Okay. Can I browse these a little bit? Okay, okay. Kazuma Asogi, 23, a second year at the Imperial Yume University. He's my best friend, despite being a student, a qualified defense lawyer as well. Yujin Mikotoba, 42, a medical school professor at the Imperial Yume University. He's an authority in forensic medicine, and Kazuma's mentor. Taketsuchi Aouchi. God damn it. The lead prosecutor of this case, who would appear to have little love for changes for the changes the cultural reformation has brought about. And I'm guessing this is the dead guy. John H. Wilson, the victim of this case. He was a visiting professor of medicine at Yume University from the British Empire. So remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court record. Now, you'd better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on. Find the victim in the People section of the court record. Then press R to present. Try it now.
Yes!
The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson.
Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university.
Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England, invited to Yume University 3 years ago. Indeed. Which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire. Such a weird thing. I don't think we need the punny damage redeemed for this game. No, punny damage may well be excused for this one. Because punny damage implies that you can out-pun Ace Attorney, which in all honesty, I don't think is possible. Is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. And as most of you are aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. But what? And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial Yume University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education. Have you no honor? Ugh. But I didn't even do it! This case is coming under scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. And you're convenient and expendable a scapegoat to blame for this crime. So that's why this trail has these unusual peculiarities, is it? Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like Olive Garden. See you in English class tomorrow, then, partner. Aren't stopping at Arby's on the way home. The British Empire. Wow. It's incredible to think. Wait. I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still. I should go and say hello. So I went over to the professor's table. And introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? State before the court the cause of death. The cause of death? Well, obviously that was, Ryunosuke, please don't tell me you can't even remember how the man directly across from you died. Remember that in court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. By evidence? But how? I fucking told you, press E! Press E, Ryunosuke! E! Okay, I've got this. So this is proof that I'm a student at the Imperial Yume University. I was wearing on the collar of my uniform jacket. Post-mortem report. Death occurred a little after 2 p.m. and was caused by loss of blood from a gunshot to the chest. The bullet did not pass through the victim's body. Okay. Oops. Oh, cool. I can look at it. Cause of death, single bullet fired at close range. Fatal hemorrhage from pectoral ballistic trauma. No exit wound. Bullet did not pass through body.
Yes!
Yes! Well... According to this document... Oh, I love the animations for this. I've never actually seen any, like, of the real animations from the 3D Ace Attorney games. This is so neat to see, honestly. According to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma. Learn to read, you imbecile. That's the post-mortem report, I take it. Sorry, yes, that's right. The post-mortem report. In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way. Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later. This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. Oh, he was having steak. Steak and wine, what a rich man. You can clearly discern the scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range. Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into record. Yay! Photograph of the victim. So that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. Very well, I am satisfied with your answers. Guilty! That is all I needed to hear, how he died. Let us start the trial. What? I guess he was just, like, straightening out his sleeves? Certainly, Your Excellency. So without further ado, in order to better apprise the court with the facts of the case, the prosecution hereby calls the first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened. This is it, then. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Mikotoba? Yes, clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me. But that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant. Ah, of course. When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? I know I would like to stick my oar in. Wait, what are you talking? Nothing. Maybe. But any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is, rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stares first. I feel like he has a third eye under his headband. Whoa, that guy looks cool. I guess he's probably just a waiter. Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please. Of course. My name is Satoru Hosonaga. I am the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant. I almost said a restaurant. Guess you could call it that. Called La Carnival. Sorry, I'm literally dying. I swallowed some thumbtacks on my way here. It's my favorite evening snack. Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some, It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me. Well, it really should. As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern corridor was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's
become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants, an Occidental eatery 3 days ago. Understood. Hosonaga-san, would you kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident? At once, sir. And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Oh, perspiring maybe, but aspiring? It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have few diners at that time of day. The lunchtime rush was over and there were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits in with my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. Oh, sorry. It was when I was in the kitchen putting away crockery and cutlery. Bam! A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out into the dining area to see what happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student.
Yes!
Hold on! Let me just clarify something here. Well, I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor. I didn't shoot him.
Objection!
I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. The court wishes to listen to the witness report of what he saw, you amateur. No, you know, he would not pronounce it amateur. He would pronounce it amateur, because that's the type of man he is. But the next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, Defendant Naruhodo. Don't worry, Ryunosuke. You'll have your chance to fight back. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness. If I may confirm one point, waiter. Standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today. Oh, the thumbtacks are so good I covered them in strawberries. I mean, yes, without question. I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim? Oh, thanks for the 100 bits, souls. It's going to be a good day. It will be a good day indeed. No. Oh, I have to go back and read that. I actually just got a little distracted there. Oh, thank God we solved the history. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside him? No, okay. There was no one else around the table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Huh? Wait, what did he just say? There was no one else around that table? What's the matter, Ryunosuke? That's just not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello... a lady! There was a woman sitting opposite him at his table. Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do? I'll wait and see. I desperately want to say something. I was told not to interject. Ryunosuke, if your parents tell you to study, you're the kind of man who would diligently get to work, aren't you? I suppose I am. I'd never have gotten to Yume University otherwise. But you can't just always follow the rules in life, you know? Well, I said that under the assumption that we would get our turn to speak, as this is a courtroom. But I guess now he's just like, remember when I told you to be quiet 2 seconds ago? Yeah, fuck me. Don't even listen to what I say. If you don't say what you want right now, you'll seriously regret it when you just told me otherwise! You're my assistant, and you just told me to do one thing, and now you're staring at me like I'm a crazy person. Alright, you've scared me. I won't forget that piece of advice in a hurry. And there is something I want to say. I'm just gonna shut my eyes and say it. Yes! Just a moment, please! Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table. Dear me, dear me. What are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for the court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all? You're not a real gamer, Ryunosuke. I'm a real gamer. You probably play child games like Mario Kart. I play real video games like Dark Souls. But I'm sure of what I saw. Hosonoga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy. No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it! I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please, have a look at you if you'd like to.
Let's see, you walk in, you got the front desk on your left, and you got the restaurant on the right.
Let me see. Ah, sketch of the establishment's layout, drawn by yourself, I presume. That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. Wait a second, he died and you pulled out your business card and wrote out a diagram of the restaurant? That's not a... That's not a reasonable human response. Like, oh shit, my boss just died. Here's a blueprint of the restaurant. Well, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter. Thank you, sir. Gavel! The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well... Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once! Of course. Here you are. What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Something certainly seems to have shaken him. I'm pretty sure that's like his tuberculosis or whatever he has. I only know it's tuberculosis because that's the way anime always plays it out. Stop coughing, I'm trying to read. So, the court has now heard a precis of the case. Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant, the only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. No, it's the thumbtacks, they're canon now. Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I called this waiter... Oh wait, no, that's him talking. It's just a picture of the waiter. I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court. But I must warn the defense, if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial... Slam! The prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. What do you think I should do, Kazuma? I have absolutely no idea. What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? I will take that face as a no. Ryunosuke, darling, you're sleeping on the couch tonight. Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual. About these peculiarities. You've said it, Professor Mikotoba said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. Yet despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face? Is that it? What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then a defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? The battle hasn't even begun yet. Oh! I hit this desk out of anger! Bruh, are you pleading guilty yet? That's cringe. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency! We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Then we'll see just how decisive the evidence really is. Indeed. Prosecutor Ouchie, please continue with the proceedings. Well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be. I can be your angel or your devil. In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever! I keep saying persecution. The prosecution calls its next witnesses. Very well, officer. Bring forth the witnesses at once. Who are these guys? Witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for the court. Yes, sir. The Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant. Liza Noza? Really? Reporting for duty, sir. Myself, I find employ as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the efflorescence of our nation, Nippon, and conduct my trade from Rasute, a humble premises in the 2nd District. Curio Korikuta at your service. Oh, I get it, Curio. An antique dealer and a soldier? What an unusual pairing. Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question. They must be diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned. Myself, I habitually make tea, or take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question. Always post-noon. Always post-noon, I'll remember that. And not infrequently converse with interested parties regarding the curios with which I make my business. I can't understand a word that old man is saying. He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques, and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele. Right, I see, although to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. His eyes are scary, they're just like squares. Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct? Affirmative. The enemy unit was seen attacking- Wait, what? The enemy unit? What do you mean, the enemy unit? I'm not a unit. I'm just some dude. You can't consider- I guess I call people units all the time because I play Fire Emblem and XCOM, but still, I'm not a unit. Put that pot away. The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir. That was black, uninformed... Wait. It was that black, uninformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearms, sir. This man's as impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. So this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yes. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Now, the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw, at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Sir, yes, sir. Standing by... Did I just hear a baby crying? I heard a baby cry for a second. Standing by, ready to report, sir. Is he holding a baby behind his back? Unsavory memories of a most acerbic afternoon. Witness testimony. What the witness saw. I was investigating a regulation beefsteak. What? Oh, I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black, uninformed varsity cadet, or uniformed, uninformed. I mean, he is uninformed, I'm not gonna lie. Varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio. Well, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moment. Saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir, affirmative, sir. That wicked university cadet, sir. The cruel and unforgivable enemy. Whoa! Dude, you can't bring a knife into the courtroom? That can't be legal. What times we live in when an Englishman, or an English gentleman, may be assailed in the broad light of day. But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. Is that really true, Ryunosuke? Yes, all I did was pick up the gun that I saw lying on the floor. After I'd said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Didn't a woman bring a whip into a courtroom? Yes, but everyone's scared of Francisca? Is that her name? Francesca? Man, it's been so long. Then when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant. When I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up... Bang! If that's the truth, there's obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in those two witnesses' testimonies, there is a clue as to who that criminal was. There is? Ryunosuke! You must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses. Cross-examine? Do it now! I don't even know what that is, man! As we've heard, Your Excellency. Man, this theme is good. It's so subtle, but I like the drum beat. And the constant ascending and then descending arpeggios. It's really good. There's no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It's time to bring this despicable student to justice. Certainly the testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of... I was talking. What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? Sharkfin Gyrodeem, posture check and hydrate. Posture's good, and I have sparkling water right here. I love sparkling water so much. The old man has ear jiggle physics? Yeah, that kind of freaks me out. Sparkling like your personality, damn. I mean, the defense demands its right to a cross-examination. I'm tripping over my own words. Dear me, dear me. Let me guess. The Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. Huh? How did he know? The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How could he possibly carry out a cross-examination?
Objection!
The defense is asserting its right. I love how scared Ryunosuke is. He's like, whoa! The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it, is irrelevant. Ugh. Kazuma's so commanding. Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witness. Alright, this is where the battle really begins, Ryunosuke. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witness statements. Oh, thanks for the bits again, souls. How? You didn't fire the gun, which means what that soldier said has to be a lie. Well, yes, but it's just a case of proving it, and the key to doing that is evidence. Right, evidence. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. And I hit the desk again. Now let's go, Ryunosuke. Don't let them beat you. Wow. I love the sound difference. It was like he hits the desk and it is like the biggest slam of the desk. And Ryunosuke like taps it. It's like tap. All right then. It's all or nothing. What the witness saw. I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak. Can I, oh, I can press. Okay, cool, we can still do press. What does that sound like? I know pressing the statement is pretty pointless, but...
Yes!
What, why aren't you saying anything? Is this some new interrogation technique? I hadn't actually thought of what I wanted to ask. Just ask about anything that catches your attention. Anything that bothers you. Alright then. This beefsteak you mentioned. What kind of food is that? Tension? What? Beefsteak is a delicious cut of veal, vigorously cooked on a cast iron grill and served piping hot. Oh. If food could receive medals of honor, the beefsteak would be almost as highly decorated as a cutlet. Right, I see. Thank you, sir. So, next question. This cutlet you mentioned. What kind of food is that? Tension! Ugh! Cutlet is a delicious cut of veal tossed in breadcrumbs and deep fried in cooking oil. Accept your guilty verdict, atone for your crimes, and when you're released from prison, try it. Yes, sir, I will, sir. On the double, sir. Sorry to interrupt, but how about trying to stick to the questions that are relevant to the case? Oh, I'm sorry. Do my best. Oh, I love pressing on pointless things in these games. So next question. Is it just me, or do you keep hearing a sort of wah crying noise? Negative! Well, at least we've learned that he's a big beef lover. Affirmative. It's not easy knowing what questions to ask. I got an achievement called Prime Presser. I myself was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio. What was it?
Yes!
I have no idea what you're talking about. A Koban boy. A Koban? You mean an old Edo coin? The day prior to the incident, a treasure of exceptional value from the Hoei period entered my possession. I took myself to the restaurant the following day with said item secreted in my bosom pocket. What a weird name for that. In the hope of an affluent cognizant... Oh, I don't even know what that says. Appraised of its indisputable value being present. So you were hoping you could sell your Kaban coin to Sergeant Nosa, whom you met at the restaurant. Yes, it's quite clear where you're going with this, boy. You were about to assert that a penniless soldier would have no hope of purchasing a precious Koban. Isn't that so? Well... You little upstart cadets! You calling me poor? You want to add disrespecting a superior officer to your list of crimes, do you? Blatant insubordination! No, I didn't say anything. Although penniless might be just a word I was looking for. In any case, the hour was already advanced beyond that of the midday luncheon. There remained a precious few present with whom I could engage in discourse about matters of business. The gentleman beside me, who was grappling with his braised veal at the time, was my sole prospect. I see. That precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. Actually, hold on. Let me just check the, Wait. Okay, it lets me check it without presenting it immediately. I have to press R to present it. So hold on, I never actually got to look at this. Is there a way I can... Oh, okay. Okay, with his own eyes. So hold on. I can use a magnifying glass? Oh, that's interesting. There's a magnifying glass feature. This is really cool, actually. This isn't really relevant right now, but... it's an interesting little feature that you can use. I'm sure we will, use in the future. That was a redundant statement. Okay. Just double checking everything.
Yes!
So, you're saying that you actually saw me at that time? Affirmative! I saw you! Laughing, cackling like a madman as you train the barrel of your gun on the English civilian. I love how he slapped his hand down and he looked down for a second like, oh, that wasn't a very loud noise, was it? And he looks back up. But that's impossible. I only... Allow me to confirm just one point. Please. What's that, Private? Thinking carefully about the statement you just made, it seems to me that it must have been just after you heard the gunshot that you looked over to the victim's table. And so what if it was? Well, if that really is the case, it would mean that you didn't in fact see the precise moment when the killer actually fired the gun. A double R. My sixth sense. Sorry? My sixth sense of danger. I picked up the waves of murderous energy radiating from your foul mind. Which means, a split second before you pulled the trigger, I was looking right at you, Cadet. Surely that's not really possible, is it? Do you think I'd have got where I am today in the army if I couldn't sense danger in the air, son? Well... It would seem the soldier is absolutely convinced that he saw you do the deed. This is not good. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian from the back, the cowardly weasel. Oh yeah, I already found it. I mean, I found this a while ago, but I wanted to press a few times to see what it's like. The actual issue is that he's saying we fired on him from the back when the scorch mark is on his chest. He was shot from the front of the chest and subsequently died. Boom.
Yes!
Everyone's like, the hell are you doing? Yes! What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Thrusting some photographic print in my mustache. Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes! There's a clear inconsistency here. What nonsense. What can this print possibly tell us that we don't already know? Well, obviously, that, I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth. I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom. This is so frustrating. Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. Oh, look at that pose. Dude's about to turn into Strider. To spell it out would be an insult to the court. Cosmo, what? What are you talking about? It's apparent from a single glance at the photographic print presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement. What? Sergeant Lyasinoza. Yes, sir. What is it, sir? The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. Kazuma's theme slaps. I do like it. I do like what I'm hearing so far. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes. What does that mean?
Yes!
Does he have cyber eyes? But no, that just can't be. And why not, cadet? Because... Take a close look at the print. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? Wait, there is a baby! He's just like, go back to... Oh, that's why he has the sash around him. Okay. What the... What was that? Something just popped up from behind his back, but he pushed it back down again. Certainly, there's a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa? Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were firmly fixed on the delicious La Carnival steak, sir. What? The last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Lyasinoza, did not see the defendant firing the gun at all. That's absurd. I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom. Ah! Damn! The burn. There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial just from that one discrepancy. So this is what being an ace attorney title drop. I hope it would be funny if they put like a trademark right there, like ace attorney trademark, picture of Phoenix Wright's face, copy of Marvel vs. Capcom is all about. But I definitely saw him. That university cadet there, he was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back. But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor. And you, old man, did you not see the moment the victim was shot either? myself, I already have been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for treasure. Treasure? Yo! Why are you so mad? Why you have to be mad? Indeed! The Hoei-era Koban, my prized coin! On each occasion when I visit that restaurant, it's my habitude to place in my bosom pocket a particular trinket of interest from my shop, Rasute, in the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from you. On the day under scrutiny, it was to the military man that I proffered my Hoei treasure. I believe that he would purchase such a rare find. I did not. Wait. Believe that he'd purchase such a rare find. I did not. But I was presented with little alternative. And then, after averting my eyes for the briefest of moments, there was no more. It simply vanished. The Koban vanished? Hunting around under the table, I was, in case mayhap it had fallen there, and then it happened. You heard the gunshot, you mean? Indeed I did! But I heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded Hoei treasure. Jeez, this guy is dedicated. Nothing could distract me! Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end? No. That's why he's shaking. I see. That lamentable day, the precious Hoei Koban was lost to me. No doubt some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself. As I'm sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels, it must be to the British. It would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. What is your position, Prosecutor Ouchie? Just making noises. Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back. My witness... Oh wait, my witnesses. Oh, I thought he meant he had more for a second. My witnesses have further testimony to make. Explain. Upon hearing their statements, it will become abundantly clear. There is only one person who could possibly have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Very well. The court invites the witnesses to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegation. Is that clear? As clear as Carico glass, Your Excellency. Yes, sir. At once, sir. Awaiting signal to testify, sir. Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think. Affirmative. The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up through the ranks, sir. Name Ido. His name is Ido. Wait, hold on a second. It only says his first name. Nosa Ido. It would seem that those traps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny. Ido, tension! Your father is about to quell the enemy. Ew. He's got snot coming out of his nose. Watch and learn, my boy. The true culprit. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was, that young lad in black. That much I myself did see. He's talking like Yoda. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Indeed. Alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself. Wait, that's not true. Therefore, none other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out. These testimonies are certainly... Yes! Why does he just yell yes? Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all. Please, enough of these outbursts already. But there was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her.
Objection!
Yeah, the baby shot the guy, of course. If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We're not here to listen to your fantasies. Kazuma's over there like, but I'm here to listen to your fantasies. Cue Careless Whisper. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact. In this photograph... Wait, is this photograph print the scene of the crime, counsel? Indeed. Of the table at which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident, as plainly as can be seen, there is only one place set. Certainly, based on the appearance of this print, it would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else. This doesn't make any sense. The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record. The photographic print of the crime scene has been entered into the court record. I don't understand. What's going on here? It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman. The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true. I saw her. I swear that I saw a woman with him. It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witnesses' testimonies we have just heard leave no further room for doubt. These are very sensitive political times, as we all know. The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that I, Taketsuchi Ouchi, will have contributed to the amity of these two great empires is an honor. Oh, Ryunosuke. Looks so stressed. How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule. Stand tall, Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. What? If what you say is true, then there is something going on here behind the scenes. And now is your chance to expose it. To draw out the truth. In your cross-examination. I don't know, Kazuma. The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witness, but make it quick, understood? Rules can be so unbending at times. That woman must have been Laughing Octopus from MGS4. Oh man, that would make a great case. Actually, court cases in the Metal Gear universe must be a nightmare. Like, could you imagine going to a court case and then being like, okay, and then a ninja samurai showed up and swung around this giant mech with his legs, and then this guy turned into bees, and then there was this dude who, like, drank my blood, and then there were 3 twins of each other there with guns. It'd be a nightmare. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was. That young lad in back. That much myself I did see. Okay, well the thing is, I like this new press system, actually. I mean, it's the same, but like the UI is different. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Kind of impressed
Yes!
that, actually. You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there.
Objection!
As you've been at pains to point out time and time again, I feel I'm growing a callus in my ear. And yet, no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman. Only there have been more people dining there at the time, and someone else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. The quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. I know. Of course the place was almost empty. It's what you'd expect. Certainly, 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of a time to eat. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day and why he was alone. Yes, Your Excellency, there was indeed a reason. There was? This was found in the victim's jacket pockets. What is that? Counsel? It is a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to visiting the restaurant. Hot clinic. Yes, there would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. 19th of November, noon past 1 p.m. Noon to past 1 p.m. The very day of the incident. So the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on the case. I wonder. What do you think, Ryunosuke? Huh? I'm thinking? Is that something I'm supposed to be doing? I'm sorry. Well, I'll get on my notebook. Well, it's hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Should I ask for Dr. Wilson's medical report card to be submitted as evidence or not? Why not?
Yes!
Yes! If I may, I'd like to ask for that medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency. On what grounds? The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern. Whether or not they are of concern, it's up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues. I beg your pardon? You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence. Very well. The court will grant the defense's request. Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's the most disturbing trend. Oh yeah, how dare we? Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report card to the court record. The victim's medical report card has been entered into the court record. What we need right now is new clues. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first. Right, I hear you. You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you'd like, but it's the day after the festival already for you. Or perhaps you'd forgotten that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt. Feel free to reiterate for the accused, Korikuta-san. Hold on, I want to take a look at that. I can't examine this at all? It's kind of weird that I can't look at the medical report, but whatever. Well, I just want to look at these things a few more times. See, here's a photograph of the steak. Well, let's actually let me see anything weird. Nah. It's a neat feature, though. Xeno, tell a random fact on the spot. Actually, fun fact, in feudal era Japan, when doctors would do everything they could possibly do to make sure someone in their care survived, basically, because it was so common for doctors to be blamed for the death of the person in their care that it was almost like a guarantee that if a doctor was caring for someone and they died during that care, that, you know, they would go for like a charge of poison or murder. So, fun fact about that, being a doctor in medieval and feudal era Japan times is not the greatest. Everyone depends on you, but if people want, they can turn on you so fast. Xeno, how would you rate Ryunosuke's death slams? It's like a 1. It's like a 1 right now. It's the worst death slam in history. I'm sure he'll get better at it, though. He's practicing. Gotta start somewhere. Oh, I have to press space to examine. Oh. Okay, bullet did not pass through the body, so I don't have to worry about it hitting her. Okay, interesting.
Yes!
So you actually saw that with your own eyes, did you? But you were on the floor. The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone. That I did. Forgive me for the position I place you in. So the testimonies of the old man, the soldier, and the waiter all agree on that point. Isn't that interesting? Let us not forget the incontestable evidence we have to support their statements as well. Can I take a look at that? Okay, so the thing I was gonna look for is if there were multiple wine glasses, but there's only one. There's some flowers. Yeah, everything looks like a dining set for one person. There's only a single beefsteak on the victim's table, a meal for one. Unless they shared it. No. The antiques dealer, the sergeant, and the waiter who testified before. It's not impossible that they're all lying. But if so, then why? If I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman over and out.
Yes!
Why aren't you telling the truth? It's not a good thing to do. What did you say, cadet? I clearly remember. There was a woman sitting across the table from the professor. Perhaps one of you might not have noticed. But for both of you to have failed to see the professor's dining companion, it's just not possible. It looks so sus. Unfortunately for you, Defendant Naruhodo, it's not just a case of these two witnesses alone. Sorry? The waiter, whose testimony the court heard earlier, clearly stated the same thing. He also said that the victim was alone. That's right. Precisely, in other words, you're the sole proponent of this phantom lady. But if such a woman were indeed present at the scene, the prosecution demands to see proof. Okay, hold on. I think there's something I have to look at really quickly. It's this. Wait, people? Oh, no, it just switched over to people. Let's see. The person was shot right here. And there was a spot here. Big thonk to myself for a second. Big thonk. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back. Can I really not examine the medical report in any way? That's weird. No such proof exists. The prosecution demands that no further mention of this phantom woman be made. It's a blatant waste of the court's time. There's nothing I can say to that. Whatever. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. We've gleaned some new information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card. Oh, okay. It was weird that it wasn't letting me examine it, and I'm like, doesn't this seem kind of important to look at? And there was like, no, you can't look. Oh, you mean this? Yes. This is a brand new piece of evidence. So perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. How exactly? Ryunosuke, have you tried opening the evidence yourself? Have you tried holding it in your hands and looking at it with your eyes, which are wide open at all times? You'll notice that some pieces of evidence bear a magnifying glass. These are the ones you may examine. Press space and you can take a closer look at the piece in question. I was trying to do that, but you wouldn't let me before. Use up, left, down, and right. Oh no. To rotate the evidence in all directions and examine it from all angles. By using WASD. Okay. You can move the crosshairs around to hunt for clues that may have been missed before. The crosshairs start to pulsate. Press space to investigate further. So, partner, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. See if there isn't something new to be learned by examining it in more detail. Alright, I'll see what I can do. I need to use up, left, down, right, WASD, and space to inspect any areas of evidence that look suspicious. Okay. Oh god, this control's so bad on PC. Oh, they have like little like Fire Emblem sprites going on. That's funny. It says Hana Clinic on this medical report card. I hate clinics almost as much as I hate hospitals and surgeries. Aren't they all the same? When I was 5, I caught the only cold I've ever had in my life. And I remember, even though I felt awful already, I had to have this hideous injection in my right arm. Never forget it. Never in my whole life. Most people would give their right arm to have had only one cold in their whole life. Anyways, I don't think this is a clinic where they treat people for illnesses like that. Let's keep looking for clues. We don't want to miss anything. Even his portrait has the flowing headband. You're right, actually. It looks like this medical report card was first issued quite some time ago. It's probably a record of long-term treatment. That's why, with a family doctor, I imagine. I did a weird inflection on that. Well, I can't imagine. Going to a doctor, I mean. As long as I'm alive, I'm never consulting one. Damn. Ryunosuke anti-vaxxer confirmed. Well, if you're dead, there'd be no point. So you don't like doctors, then? Why would you? They make you drink horrible tasting medicine, they give you painful injections. Wow. It's like a little baby. Then they demand lots of money from you for the privilege. All when you're at your lowest ebb. You sound like a model patient. With a bad case of stubbornness, no less. For which the only cure is a very bitter medicine indeed. gonna guess up here in the corner. Oh, this is info? Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. Oh, and there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia. He couldn't have been eating steak if he had a molar taken out. That wasn't his food. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem so, just before the incident. He had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they use laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. Although it's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you feeling pain. Oh, there's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure, until anesthetic effects have passed. Yeah, there's a very good reason for this. The biggest reason doctors and dentists tell you to do this, and this is going to be kind of a gruesome comment from me, but it's very important if you ever go to a dentist and they put you under anesthesia. The reason they do this is not, oh no, you're gonna hurt yourself, you know, oh no, you're gonna feel some pain. The reason is, and because someone in my family has done this before, if you're under anesthetics and you decide to chew, like even just chew nothing, you can literally chew a hole straight through your cheek. It has happened to a friend of mine and a family member of mine, where they were under anesthetics and they decided, like, I would just chew because it feels weird. And when they both tried to eat food or was just chewing in their mouth, you could see directly into their mouth from whatever side the anesthetic was on. So, I know it's kind of a gruesome tale here, but don't do that. Don't chew after you've been through a surgery. Really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. The medical card's information has been updated in the court record. A record of dental work on the day of the murder. The victim had undergone dental treatment and been prohibited from eating or drinking anything but water. This new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. So I think it's time we listen to the testimony again, don't you? Definitely. No. 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 Okay, the fourth one's the one I have to go in on. Okay, it's actually saying different things. Well, I think the situation has changed a great deal. You've come a long way. How so? Because we have just what we need. Yeah, he's basically saying like, oh no, we don't have any more info. It's simply a case of using it to our advantage now. Then do you mean there is a discrepancy somewhere? The crucial point is, the victim had been prohibited from consuming anything but water when he was shot. The fact has not yet been brought to the court's attention. He's right, thinking about Dr. Wilson's circumstances at the time of the incident. Yep, I already know what to do. Whoops, didn't do that. Always keep your eye on the progress of the battle. That's the only sure way to win. He really reminds me of freaking Ryu from Street Fighter. The wavy headband, and he's always focused on the battle. The heart of battle. So, you know, have you tried baked cake? Red velvet cake is good. Yeah, red velvet cake is very good. Oh. I'm gonna say it's the fourth one. I could be wrong, and it could be the fifth one. Deciding all by himself. This is a lie.
Yes!
Yes! Well, I think, what are you wittering, lad? About what are you wittering, lad? Call yourself a lawyer? I wish I could. But first and foremost here, I'm the accused. Ryunosuke. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. I'm doing it all the time during this playthrough. Under the circumstances... Oops. What did you say? Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. I could see it quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposefully, you knew exactly what it was you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. Alright. And thanks for the advice. Let's go. First call outpost. Korakuta-san, this is a medical report belonging to the victim. Oh, I see. And I don't see. What of it, boy? Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement. Something clearly doesn't add up.
Objection!
Dear me, dear me. Have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur? Sorry, what? You're not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel. But... let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant. But that's... remember, Ryunosuke. You don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point. Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There's surely no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. Oh, see you later, Cobra. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Next thing you know, he starts throwing out Hadokens and Shinshos to witnesses every time we lie. There is no one else besides this pale-faced pupil who could have possibly perpetrated... Oh, our first real death slam! This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Are we about to get a pursuit theme? Are we about to get a pursuit theme? That's all I want. Do you really believe that? What? That outburst have petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant? Perhaps because Hada Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic. A dental clinic? Is it supposed to mean something to me? Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted? What's this now? And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating. Just what are you trying to say, Cadet? He had orders not to eat, so what? It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours, post-procedure while anesthesia wears off. What? No, that can't... Korakuta-san! What, boy? What? As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all. No. Additionally, there's more. You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that cannot possibly be the case. Because the victim, as we now know, had just had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of the anesthetic. Ugh. Expertly done, partner.
Objection!
What? What is this nonsense, you little upstart? Oh, we got the theme going. These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence. You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table. Use your head. That is the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic? How dare you? I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant's case have turned. Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke? Yes, most definitely. So having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who in fact was eating the pictured beefsteak? The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel? Counsel? Oh, that means me, doesn't it? Alright, the answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it! So, the person eating the steak at this victim's table must have been... me! It was me! I was eating the steak! I came over to his table and just ate steak in front of him and left it there. An as yet unknown third party. It can only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table. You will not let this go, will you? There was no such person. There was, because I saw her. When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on his table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair trial, relentlessly. Kazuma! Damn, Kazuma, you're sick. And thanks for following, Comic Skin. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Are you insane? You would take on the government? Don't worry, Counsel. I have no issue with you. What do you mean? I have issue with them. Those two witnesses in the stand. What? What are you talking about? We've demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So if it now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with perjury. Perjury! And since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the killing. Complicit? In murder? No! Negative. There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. I was just following orders. Oh, someone told you to say these things. That's right, as the man says. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they told us. Oh. What? What did you just say, Korakuda-san? Oh, no. You were just following orders? Oh, hold on, lad, I was, Say you never saw the gentlewoman. Ugh. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean... you saw the victim with a lady from overseas? What?
Objection!
What is the meaning of all this? These witnesses gave false statements. Is this true, you pair? He's trying to disappear behind that object. It's like, this is vaguely the shape of my head. Maybe if I just throw it in front of me, they'll forget I'm here and I can leave. Just one. Just one simple slip of the tongue. Order. Counsel, explain what is going on here. It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth. Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this. Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouths shut? Well, that's classified. So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you? You wouldn't. This can't be happening. Ryunosuke, judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Aochi had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Well, any ideas about who might be behind this? If we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit. Well, I mean, a lot of this depends on the lady he was with at dinner. Because if the lady was an upper-class woman who may have been a government worker or something like that, that completely changes this. So we need to name whoever it was that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouths shut. Of course, we'll need evidence before we make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever it was really did wield his or her power here. But how? How can we possibly... Remember how we made progress before? We hit the desk really hard and screamed at them until they got nervous and blurted something out. Just keep doing that. Yell at them. Tell them their mothers are ugly. Punch them in the dick. Any means necessary, Ryunosuke. Before? We examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result. Oh yes, that's right. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. I want answers! If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe. Please, wait! Your Excellency! I had no idea about any of this, I swear to every Shinto god. I know nothing! What does the defense have to say about all this, well, Your Excellency! No time to think. I'm just going to have to close my eyes and shout out the first thing that comes into my head. Besides the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witnesses is... He's a professor, that doesn't matter. He doesn't have any... This guy himself, did John tell them not to? He's visiting a professor of medicine. It's only this guy, I guess? But that would make sense that he told him to... Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense, because he seems afraid too, and he seems like there's been someone trying to tell them exactly what to do. I guess it has to be this guy. Wait, hold on. This might be a good time for a look over of evidence. Yeah, now that I can turn evidence around. How do I look at evidence? I don't think I can look at evidence from the screen. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to make a wild guess here. It's him!
Yes!
Well, surely that would be Satoru Hosonoga-san. Wait, I was right. I was actually right. Hosonoga-san, the waiter who took the stand earlier? Poppycock! That word's a weird word. Hold on, let me look. Because now that I can... Because he said he put it on his business card. Now that I can turn objects over... Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonoga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Oh, okay. That explains why I was right. That was just a really lucky guess on my part. What possible reason would the waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not possibly have that level of influence. For once, I would agree with you. If that is, the man truly were a waiter. Well, if he truly were... Come on, Ryunosuke. Time to hit this court with the truth. Yep. Present.
Yes!
I'm not sure what this is supposed to prove, Counsel. I think, Your Excellency, that what proves this is not the true nature of the waiter, but the true nature of the accused. Sorry? A blackguard who would stoop to presenting irrelevant... Oh, it's because I didn't actually examine it, is that why? Oh, okay. Damn, I'm gonna take some damage here. Evidence to incriminate an innocent man. That is the true nature of this rookie. Ugh. Try again. Go over all the evidence we have one more time. I know I was right, it's just I didn't press the button to gather the information. Well, that's unexpected. What is? Look, do you see it says the witness's name here? Satoru Hosonoga? Well, yes, the business cards do tend to show the person's name, that's sort of the point. It's not the name that's unexpected, it's his job title. His job? Oh! Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonoga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division. Imperial Police Bureau. Police? The Imperial Police. Inspector, what on earth? I have no idea. Let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence. If they were wielding it somehow here. Okay, there we go. I got it this time. I just didn't collect the information. I'll remember to do that in the future then. Lesson learned. Alright then, I'll try. Come on, Ryunosuke. Time to hit this court with the truth.
Yes!
Yes! The plan of the restaurant sketched by the man in question. I agree it shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure we can conclude anything. Sorry, Your Excellency. That's the back of the card. It's the back of the card that's of interest. I beg your pardon? Or perhaps I should have said the front. Yes, it's the front of the back of the card. That's where the telling detail is. Somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say. Hosonoga-san, sketch the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of this business card. The front of that business card reveals the man in question's profession. His true profession. Oops, I keep doing that. The waiter's profession? But that's surely... Good gracious! That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads, Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. What? The waiter is a police detective? I haven't any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard of any of this? The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power. Absolute power as far as regular civilians are concerned. So, witnesses there in the stand... Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Well... Who? Whoa! What? You're not even on the thing! Inspector Hosonoga? All three of you? I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized there was a possibility. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well... Oh, that's why he freaked out earlier. Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I strive to carry out all investigations flawlessly. It is my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake.
So, you mean to say you really are a detective?
Oh yeah, that's a big thing with Great Ace Attorney. Multiple witnesses at the stand at the same time. Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that feature. But why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Oh, of course! Your salary must be... I was working undercover. Wait, what did he say? Oh, your salary must be terrible. Undercover? Yes. There have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? Oh, was there a reference to Gumshoe? That would be a classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to this case of homicide. Very well then, Inspector Hosonoga. But you will elaborate on one point for the court. Of course, Your Excellency. We have just heard new information from those two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. This theme is so good. There's so much suspense in this theme and, like, raw power. I'm a huge fan of it. If that is indeed true, clearly you would have also been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner. Therefore, I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you acquired these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable. As I suspected. As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, gun in hand, stood the accursed student. Sitting opposite of the victim at the same table was a young lady, whom I guessed to be an Englishwoman. So the truth comes out. I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the Bureau. It was then that I received some special orders. Special orders? You mean to say... Threatening to take away salaries is a common tactic from Edgeworth and Francisco. Oh yeah, okay. I remember now. Character rating from Stuffland. What do you think of the main character so far? The main protag? I actually think he's really cool. I mean, his design really says, like, absolutely nothing. Like, his design is the most nothing design I think the series may have ever had. But as far as, like, personality goes, I wouldn't say he's too, like, crazy. But the one thing I am really appreciating is, like, he is not even a new lawyer, and he's not a, you know, sort of young up-and-coming lawyer as well, I feel. Because I don't remember if they said he was in school to, like, learn law or whatever, if he's just in a university and this happened to happen to him. But it's really actually cool seeing the pressure of a courtroom like this kind of bearing down on someone, because with all the eyes on you and all of the societal issues going on in this singular courtroom, the pressure is immense, and that causes you to stutter on your words and not be as confident as you'd normally be, maybe talking to someone directly in front of you. So I think that's nice that it's represented in a way that this character is failing to speak up. He's figuring out things, but at first he's failing to speak up, and then and then you have Cosmo who looks at him and it's just like, aren't you tired? Are you tired of being calm? Why don't you just go ape shit? Just go ape shit, Ryunosuke, and then he just goes. So I do kind of like him so far. I kind of dislike him in other ways. We'll find out as we get more into it. I don't think he really stands out that much, but I do think this sequence with him has been a really cool introduction to him as a person. Special orders, you mean to say, remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once. It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders. But what if this Englishwoman was the killer? I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil. To name an Englishwoman as the primary suspect, well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. So that's the reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case. But it's not right! One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Kazuma? Yume University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. And I'm fairly certain that one of them, studying in the medical facility's research laboratory, is a young Englishwoman. What? You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. You mean, when I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first. And the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector. The Englishwoman sitting at the university professor's table was a certain Miss Giselle Brett? Giselle Brett. I don't know the pun there. She is indeed a foreign student studying in the research laboratory of Yume University medical facility. What is happening here? He sounds so confused. He's like, why does it... This isn't how it usually goes. I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene, and ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to your excellency to decide how to deal with the situation. Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone. However, as we have now discovered that this premise is false, it would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling. But, Your Excellency! That would mean missing the noon deadline of a ruling in order to send the telegraphic report to Great Britain. Our own government will surely be very displeased by such actions. Calm yourself, Counsel. I will not allow the government of our country or any other influence to influence the proceedings of my courtroom. I really like this judge so far, though. Like, the last judge was never really put into too many situations where I felt like, you know, he had to exercise his own authority that much. This judge is sick. He's literally like, but the government, and he's like, fuck the government. I'm a judge. He's sick. I like him. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes, sir? You will locate this Giselle Brett and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency. At once, Your Excellency. But that means you'll be going against the special orders you were given from the police bureau. As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly. So it won't be a problem. Nothing will get in my way. I kind of like this dude. I really like this dude. The characters in this game have really charmed me so far, I have to say. They're wacky so far, but in a sort of believable wacky way. I haven't seen anything that's too out there, like, you know, the old cross-examining a parrot. Or like, you know, crazy clowns or anything like that yet. I'm sure they're in this game, but I kind of like the fine line in these characters that we've hit with, like, making them between silly and I can take them seriously. Court will adjourn briefly. The prosecution must call the English student Giselle Brett to the witness stand. Always respect Cosmo, pretty much law graduate, outfoxing a legit pretty good inspector with that analysis of info. Exactly. Do I make myself clear? Yes! Your Excellency! Good. We will have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. To be continued. Okay. Man, that was a good start. That was a good start. Whew. That was a really good start to a case. I think the only thing I didn't really like too much was how I was figuring things out, or I was trying to figure things out that the game wouldn't let me do because it hadn't shown me the mechanic, so the ability to use said mechanic never even appeared. Like, being able to turn items around, if I knew I could do that from the start, it would have, like, shortened the case so quickly. As well as I wouldn't have, like, sat there for so long being like, there's no evidence that refutes blank. And, you know, being given a piece of evidence that I can't even, like, look at. I'm like, that's weird. I can't examine this either. Aside from that, though, I really like the start of this case. So, you know, you haven't seen the wacky of this game. You'll see. Unfortunately, I do have to use my voice for a speech later today, so I am going to be ending the stream right here. However, I'm going to say we're going to be streaming this game again on Wednesday. Tomorrow, I'm going to take some time to get a look at Testament. I think I'm going to try and put this on YouTube. We'll see. No promises or anything. But I'm going to try to put these as YouTube episodes for people to watch, because I know people really like watching Ace Attorney. I hope you guys enjoyed this little venture into Ace Attorney again. Man, I miss this series so much. I forgot how charming the characters are, and honestly, if there's one thing I have to give it to this game for, it's the UI and interface. The interface in this game looks so much better than most of the Ace Attorney games I've played so far. And most of the Ace Attorney games... Oh, you probably just heard an echo from me because I pulled up Twitch. Trying to do a thing. Thank you so much again for the 100 bits, Souls. Nice streams, I'm looking to Wednesday. Nice day, dude. Thank you so much. Tomorrow we're going to be taking a look at Testament. We're going to be trying them out. Gonna be messing around with that. Probably do some online matches just for fun. Because I got to give my voice sort of a break. Because that is the downside to these series, is that I can only stream for so long because my voice can only handle so much. But I can definitely feel like my ability to do voices and things coming back as I exercise my voice box and vocal cords a bit more. Yeah, really happy about that so far. Well, anyways, I'm going to leave you all with my friend Code, who is that in your big brain plays. I was literally guessing at one point there, so I wouldn't call that big brain, but I'm gonna leave you all with my friend Code, who is now just starting to stream some, I think they're streaming Elden Ring, so yeah, be nice and say hi to them, as you know, one of the few people on this platform I know somewhat well. See you guys on Wednesday or tomorrow if you're going to check out Strive. Catch you later. Bye-bye.